did she kill her?
She died.
How did she die? 9-year-old girls don't just die.
We were messing around. And she fell back and hit her head.
And that was not entirely true. Before we go back with the chilling confession of this 15-year-old killer, we will see how the case started first. It's chilling to think of when, that was the killer says about their victim, right? In the small, quiet town of St. Martin's, Missouri, 15-year-old Alyssa Bustamante seemed like an ordinary high school student. Good grades, friendly enough, active in her local Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and living with her grandparents, Gary and Karen Brooke, who had taken custody of her and her 3 younger siblings years earlier. But beneath that surface, Alyssa's life was deeply fractured. Her father, Cesar Bustamante, was in prison for assault. Her mother, Michelle, struggled with drug addiction and was largely absent, and she was only 15 years old when Alyssa was born. If we describe Alyssa Bustamante's childhood, we could use the word tragic, right? Alyssa had attempted suicide at age 13 and had been hospitalized, then diagnosed with major depression, PTSD, and borderline personality disorder. She was prescribed Prozac, and after her dosage was increased, friends noticed her moods becoming darker. Online, Alyssa presented a different face. Her bio listed her hobbies as cutting and killing people, but nobody could ever think she really meant it. Then came, on October 21st, 2009, a chilly Wednesday evening. Alyssa's younger sister, Emma, age 6, went to the home of their neighbor Elizabeth Olten, a bright 9-year-old who lived just 4 houses down, and invited her to come play. The 2 little girls played outside near the Bustamante property before Elizabeth said she needed to head home for dinner. But Elizabeth never made it home. When she failed to return by 6 p.m., her mother, Patty Olten, called her repeatedly. No answer. She then phoned Alyssa's grandmother to ask if Elizabeth was still at their house. Karen Brooke said she wasn't and had no idea the girls were even playing together. That's when Patty called the police, triggering the search that would uncover one of Missouri's most shocking juvenile murder cases. Police in St. Martin's, Missouri launched a search immediately. Hundreds of neighbors, volunteers, and officers scoured the woods and nearby roads late into the night. Elizabeth's cell phone was pinged. The signal led investigators toward a wooded area behind the home of the Bustamante family. Search teams soon came across something chilling. A freshly dug rectangular hole, roughly 3 by 5 feet, shaped unmistakably like a grave. The hole was empty, but it was the first major clue. Detectives interviewed everyone in the area, starting with the last person to see Elizabeth alive, Alyssa's 6-year-old sister Emma, who admitted she had played with Elizabeth that afternoon. Emma also mentioned something strange. She had seen a blood stain on Alyssa's pants, and when she asked about it, Alyssa told her she was on her period and made Emma promise not to tell anyone.
Okay, my name is David. You can just call me Dave.
Okay.
And you go by Alyssa.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go through some basic information just to make sure that I understand a little bit about the house there and where you all live.
Okay.
And you all own that property out there, is that right?
This detail immediately drew police attention. Beside the hole that Alyssa later said she likes digging,
Wednesday morning, let's just kind of start there.
Okay.
Walk me through from the time you woke up in the morning. You woke up in the morning and walk me through exactly what happened from there.
So I went to school.
Okay.
And I was there all day. And then I came home on the bus, and I got home around 3. And I just hung out in my room for a little while. And then I went for a walk around 5. And I was just walking around in the forest for a while. And I was supposed to take my little sister with me, but I ditched her because she's annoying.
Okay. So you were at school.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't ditch that day.
Nope.
Okay. So we're verified that you're at school.
Yes.
So if we check, they're going to say you were at school that
Yes.
day.
Yes.
Okay. What'd you do at school?
I went to all my classes, did my schoolwork, went to lunch.
Okay. Anything happen at school?
Nope.
Anything eventful?
Just the usual school day.
Okay. I mean, anything out of the ordinary?
Nope.
Any fights or arguments with anybody?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Now you have a boyfriend.
I do.
Okay. What's his name?
His name's Dustin.
Dustin. Okay. What'd you do when you got home?
I went in my room, went to the bathroom, did usual stuff when you get home from school.
Sure.
And then I decided to go for a walk because it was a nice day Wednesday.
Okay.
So I went outside in the forest and just.
Where'd you go when you say you went to a walk? Where'd you go?
Okay, there's like a tree line. If you were to like draw this for you or something.
I have a map.
Oh. It's like a side trail I go off on, and you just keep following that trail, and it goes off over there. And there's like a really cool cow pasture with sweet looking. It's like a creek, kind of.
It's something we always do is we'll walk a person through their day, and we make a timeline just so we go through everything. So what time did you go for your walk?
I went for a walk around 4:30 or 5.
Okay. So how long, when you got home about 3:30, how long were you at home messing around before you went on your walk, do you think?
I was home at least an hour and a
Okay,
half.
so about 4:30 or 5 you went?
Right.
Okay.
I went home.
Did you take that same route
Yes.
back is what I'm asking?
Yes, I did.
So you went back up here, hung out at a pasture,
Mm-hmm.
and then came back here?
Yes.
Okay. How long did that take you to do?
It takes about.
How long were you on your walk? That's what I'm asking.
Walk? It's about 15 or 20 minutes, I believe.
How long were you gone that day on your walk?
I was gone for about an hour.
Okay, so you were gone about an hour.
Mhm.
When you walked up there, the cow pasture, what were you doing up there?
I was just, enjoying nature, taking a walk.
Were you smoking?
No.
Okay. If you were, that's fine. I don't care. I'm just trying to get an idea.
This is one of those occasions where if you were, we don't care if you were.
Oh, I know. I wasn't. I
Okay.
promise.
Okay.
Okay.
Investigators brought Alyssa Bustamante in for questioning. At first, she acted casual, claiming she had simply gone for a walk in the woods that evening and returned home around 6. She said she liked to dig holes for fun, sometimes to bury dead animals. Her calmness and detachment stood out to detectives. While she was being interviewed, the FBI searched her bedroom. Inside, they found walls scribbled with dark writings and drawings, and under her blanket, a personal diary. In it, she had written about anger, depression, and self-harm. But the entry dated October 21st, 2009 was especially disturbing. Though she had tried to scribble it out, forensic experts could still read the words, "I just someone. I them and their throat and them." It was amazing. Detectives confronted her with this discovery. After hours of silence, Alyssa finally broke down, first claiming it was an accident, then admitting she had dug the hole days before, luring Elizabeth into the woods before putting her in the shallow grave. And let's hear how the trial starts.
Call your next witness.
Alyssa Bustamante.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Alyssa. Could you state your full name for the record?
Alyssa Bustamante,
And what is your date of birth?
January 28th, 1994.
So happy birthday a couple days ago.
Yes.
Where are you currently residing?
WERDCC.
Do you recall when you arrived? Was that the first place you went when you went to the Department of Corrections?
Yeah.
And do you remember when you arrived at WERDCC?
February 8th, 2012.
And was that the date that you were sentenced?
Yes.
So, to back up, you are the defendant in the underlying case with first-degree murder.
Yes.
Who represented you in the juvenile proceedings?
Kurt Valentine, I believe. I'm not sure if that's his first name.
And then who represented you when you got certified to adult court?
For the first month, it was Jan King and then Mr. Moreland and Mr. Catlett.
So what was your age between the time of your arrest and the time of your guilty plea?
15 through 18.
Had you finished school before you pled guilty?
No, I had not.
On October 23, 2009, just 2 days after the disappearance, Alyssa Bustamante was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action. She later led investigators to the exact burial site where they recovered Elizabeth's body, still in her clothes, hidden beneath leaves and dirt.
Prior to October 2009, had you been treated for mental health problems?
Yes.
Do you recall when that started?
2007?
So for a couple of years.
Yes.
What kind of treatments did you receive?
After a suicide attempt, I was hospitalized and put on medication and was in intensive outpatient care with Pathways.
After you were arrested in October 2009, did you continue having psychological problems, symptoms?
Yes.
And what kind of symptoms were you having?
Depression, anxiety, in county I was still cutting.
Cutting yourself?
Yes.
And do you have scars from that?
Yes.
Could you show the judge? Can you see?
I remember the pictures.
Thank you.
Her defense team argued that Alyssa suffered from severe depression, PTSD, and borderline personality disorder, worsened by a childhood of abuse and neglect. They also claimed her behavior may have been influenced by her antidepressant medication, Prozac, which had recently been increased in dosage.
Certainly was not in the same, should be held in the same position as to punishment as an adult would, even though she'd been certified as an adult.
No, she would have been in the same situation, no better situation. She still could have faced a life without parole sentence.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Basically, the main reason for accepting the offer was to avoid the absolute certainty of life without parole. If there was another option, then there would have been no reason to have accepted that offer.
You and your lawyers knew that they could present evidence and argue for the punishment that you all thought was appropriate,
Yes.
and that the state could present evidence and argue for the punishment that the state thought was appropriate.
Yes.
And you knew and understood those things at the time that you accepted the plea agreement.
Yes.
In January 2012, just before the trial began, Alyssa accepted a plea deal, changing her plea to guilty of second-degree murder and armed criminal action. In exchange, the death penalty and life without parole were taken off the table. On February 8, 2012, she was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole plus a consecutive 30-year term for armed criminal action. In court, Alyssa apologized. "I really am extremely sorry for everything. I know words can never be enough to describe how horribly I feel for all of this. If I could give my life to get her back, I would. I'm sorry." Elizabeth's mother, Patricia Priest, wept as Alyssa spoke. The town of St. Martin's never fully recovered from the tragedy. Years later, new legislation, Missouri Senate Bill 26, allowed juvenile offenders to seek earlier parole. Alyssa applied in 2024, but the parole board denied her request, citing the severity of her crime. Her next parole review is scheduled for 2029. Even if she were ever granted parole, Alyssa would still have to serve part of her 30-year consecutive sentence, meaning her earliest possible release would be around 2059, when she will be 65 years old. Today, Alyssa remains incarcerated at the Chillicothe Correctional Center in Missouri. It's a case that forces us to ask difficult questions. How early should we recognize warning signs, and what more can be done to protect vulnerable children before it's too late? If there's one lesson here, it's that mental health and early intervention matter, especially for young people showing signs of distress. If you found this story meaningful, share it to raise awareness. Subscribe for more real murder documentaries, and let us know in the comments what lessons you think society can still learn from this case. And as always, stay aware, stay kind, and stay safe.
Have you dug a hole like this before then, or is this the first time?
It's not completely like this, but it's like kind of like that.
Okay.
Like
so
big
this,
enough for a shoebox.
okay, but this is the first time of that size.
Yes. Yes.
Did Elizabeth ever go on walks with you in the woods?
Nope. I've
I know
never
you
seen
said
her.
she was a girly girl.
Yeah, I've
but-
never seen her in the woods.
Okay. I mean, did you ever take her on walks in the woods or anything like that?
When I go on walks, I like to go by myself.
Okay. What do you know about all of this so far? Obviously, unfortunately, your poor family's been thrown in the middle of this. So what do you know about this whole investigation or mess?
She's still missing. They're out looking for her. They don't want more volunteers because there's a lot of volunteers so far. This is really big. They've had helicopters
Yeah, they have.
searching as well. And I don't know, that's pretty much what I know.
I'm going to ask you just some opinion questions here. I mean,
Okay.
what do you think happened to Elizabeth?
I really don't think she would run away because she's 9. And the way that they've been searching for 2 days, never found any sign of her. So I think that maybe someone kidnapped her or something. It's a terrible thing, but I don't know what else to assume.
Okay.
Would she have easily been lured into a car? I mean, was she that kind of girl? I don't know anything about her. Would she have been like with a kitten? I mean,
Maybe. You'd have to ask her mom about
sure.
Do you think somebody did something to her? I mean, is that
that seems most likely because I don't think she'd be the kind of person that would like hide or stay out all night or anything like that.
okay? Is there anybody in that area you can think of that comes to mind that you would think of that would do that? Is there anybody that, knowing your neighbors, that you would?
No, but there is a lot of cars that drive down that highway.
Okay, just a few opinion questions. I'm just asking your opinion because what type of person do you think would do this sort of thing to a 9-year-old girl?
A sick person, like someone that, I don't know, can put down all their morals and just take a 9-year-old girl.
Whenever we find out what happened to her, if somebody did something to her, what do you think should happen to them?
I think they should get convicted. Well, yeah, because all the trouble that they're causing so far.
Okay. I'm going to ask you because I ask everybody. Did you do anything to Elizabeth?
No,
Did you cause her disappearance?
no,
Did you kill her?
no,
Okay. Do you know where she's at right now?
no.
Okay. Have you talked with Emma about all this?
I have, a little bit.
What does she say?
She's just saying that Elizabeth dropped her off and decided to go back home. She didn't really say too much about it, really. She said, yeah, they were playing and whatnot, but
So she wasn't tangled up in the bush with her.
no.
You probably have heard that she obviously, she had that cell phone with her that day. And, there are pretty easy ways that we have to locate that cell phone through GPS, and they can locate that down to pretty well a few inches nowadays, especially with what the FBI have.
Right.
So we can pretty well find a cell phone anywhere on the planet nowadays.
The purpose of this content is to document and analyze real law enforcement interactions for educational and awareness purposes. It is not intended to shame, ridicule, or glorify anyone involved. We acknowledge that individuals in these cases may struggle with mental health challenges, trauma, or difficult circumstances. Everyone deserves to be treated with respect. This video is not legal advice,